internet, we're back with Starfield. So I'm just looking at the solar system and all the different places that we could go. There's Ganymede, there's Europa. Oh, actually, I want to go to Titan. Oh, no, not Ganymede. So if you know anything about Titan, Titan is something that's supposed to be very similar to New Homestead. Interesting. So did they colonize Titan? So Titan has hydrocarbons on its surface, which means
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
I don't have anything.
Scan complete. Welcome to Titan. You are cleared to land at New Homestead.
Alright, so Titan has hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are pretty much like, building blocks to life. So technically it's a very early and different version of what Earth could have been like towards the beginning.
New Homestead, eh? This place hasn't changed much.
Welcome to New Homestead. Please make your way to the building at the end of the path. And stay safe and enjoy your visit.
Interesting. Titan also has a very dense atmosphere, which is pretty cool. If you ever get an opportunity, the Huygens probe, I can't remember what year it was from, but...
Interesting. The last thing I expected to stumble across at this type of settlement is a museum. Might be worth a look around.
The Huygens probe flew down to the surface of Titan, so if you Google, you can find a time-lapse video of that happening, and it's very cool.
Damn power's on the fritz again. Joyce always seems to need help clearing ice off the equipment.
Okay, we're gonna go talk to Joyce, apparently. Man. Titan is not a habitable place.
Don't stay
so
outside
this makes
for too
sense.
long here on Titan. You'll freeze solid without the proper protection.
Basically, it's cold.
New Homestead is a living history exhibit, but these are real people, so please be kind to them.
Interesting.
It's a little weird that people come here to see what early colony life was like. To me, it's just how we live.
A living museum. That is very interesting. How interesting is this? New colony life. Like, we're talking about, like, the first settlers, right? On Titan? Very cool. That dude was, like, freaking out.
This is a boring assignment, but let's keep it that way.
Ah, someone new. Are you a tourist or? Well, there's lots to learn. You can always feel free to try one of the I'm fascinated by the other worlds in the settled system.
Sure.
Oh, wonderful. What's New Atlantis like?
Yeah.
Oh, my. We hear about it, of course. I wonder if I can convince... Do you mind if I ask you another?
I don't mind.
Thanks. I promise. Is the Freestar Collective as low?
I don't know much
That's
about them.
okay. Sometimes... Is it okay if I change this up?
Sure.
Thank you. Are there really planets full of plants? I've read about them. I've only ever known Titan, and I've always dreamed of visiting. Can I ask you something else? Oh, thank you. Is space travel as... Well, you've convinced me that most of us here have never left. Those are all the questions I have at the moment.
What a nice lady. I enjoy the nice NPCs. I think it's refreshing.
Hi there. Always nice seeing a new face. You get used to the methane processing smell after a while.
Yeah, it
I
has
overheard you speaking to
C's.
my wife, Mara, filling her head with ideas about... You got anything to say for yourself? Listen here. Mara's free to make her own decisions. I'm not here to... But that doesn't mean I take kindly to other people manipulating her and tell... We live a simple, traditional life here, and it's important to the community that we maintain that. We're going to have to agree to disagree then.
Just for that, I'm
I
gonna.
don't mind the tourists. Help the local economy.
Okay, Matthew McConaughey. Hey, Mara. Hey, your husband was kind of a dick.
It'd be nice to get away for a while, but thanks again for taking the time. The elders say that
Come
preserving
with me,
our
Mara.
tradition is so important, but I keep hearing such wonderful things about other worlds.
My papa doesn't really like me talking to the tourists, but how else am I going to learn about out there? Hello? I'm not really... You're not going to tell him? Oh, thank you! My mama says it's because he thinks we'd up and leave if we found out about the rest of the worlds out there.
Well, probably.
But
Probably
I keep telling
fucking
him,
Stockholm
I
syndrome.
love it here. He doesn't believe it. He says the kids almost always want to leave when they grow up. But not me. Nope. I just want to visit somewhere else. Not really. There's some, though. Most are around my age. I don't... We mostly learn about the history of the solar system and Earth and stuff like that. Until we get... That's when we get to leave to go to school somewhere else for a few years. I think it's pretty fun. They say we all have to work. Someday, I think it'd be cool. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Sounds boring. Time to go cause trouble down here. I guess. Ooh, are there stores here? Ah, yes, very quaint lifestyle.
It's one thing to learn about early colony life. It's another to experience it.
chunk?
I'm happy to serve you.
A chunk?
I just served the
Okay,
chunks.
that's...
We're out of chunk special sauce again. But trust me, the food's still great without it.
Did you see those wind turbines out there?
What a weird...
Did you know the museum here is full of old Earth
Oh, are you
artifacts?
Luther?
Hello there. Welcome to the new Homestead Chunks. We've got all your chunks favorite. Sadly, we're out of the special sauce. I know.
What the
So,
fuck is chunks?
if I'm completely honest, it is. And I just know it's because I've been in contact with some of the other restaurants out there, and they'll give me some. But they say... Wait, for real? Oh, yeah, right. I actually just got a message back from another Chunks before you got here, and they got to... Just tell them you're there to pick it up for me, and it should...
Okay.
I'm learning so much here.
What did you think of the tour?
Very informative. I didn't know about the methane harvesters before coming here.
The, Brown Horse Tavern, was it, huh? The food was better than I expected from a backwoods planet like this.
It has a quaint charm, doesn't it?
Just like the rest of New Homestead.
Well, I hope you'll come back and see us again sometime. And I hope you'll consider another Star Sap tour.
Don't
Tell
like
your
you,
friends.
Bill.
I will. Thanks again.
Excuse me, Bill. You've got to do a better job of keeping your tour groups out of trouble.
What do you mean?
That little boy almost wound up on my operating table. Claudio said he was playing with some of the machinery down by the mines and nearly got his arm stuck inside. It could have been ripped off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, kids, little troublemakers. I'll tell the guests to be more careful.
Damn right. You've got to do something, or else next time it happens, I'm billing you personally.
Oof.
Why, hello there! For instance, did you know that New Homestead was one of the first colonies established outside of...
That makes sense.
Well, there's plenty more with that. So what do you say? Definitely check out the Brown Horse Tavern. Good. Avoid spending too much time outdoors. Any more than
Clearly.
that, and, well, why would I want a tour? Well, let me tell you. New Homestead. If you've ever wanted to know what that early colonial life was like. Excellent!
Ugh.
Now there's just the matter of price. The going... well... I assure you it wasn't intentional. I maybe... Tell you what. I like you. This one's on... So let's get this...
There's no way in hell I'm paying for this.
I could really go for some of Anna's cooking over
Alright,
at the
so...
Brown Horse.
This is New Homestead's main concourse. This underground area didn't exist when the original outpost, Titan Astro Base, was finished in 2130. Follow me. We'll come back here by the end of the tour and talk about the museum collection. But first, let's go see where people live. Now remember, these people aren't actors. They actually live here, so try to be respectful of that. While the original inhabitants of the Titan Astro Base lived in pods like you saw up above, they transitioned down here when this section of the base was finished in 2144. Space is extremely limited, so you'll notice some overflow here, but more residences also exist on lower levels, which are inaccessible to tours. I'll stop at each of our destinations if you want to look around, or if you have any questions for me. Have any questions, so? I'm not sure the exact... What you see is what you get for the most part, except for some other people who live in the... Some, particularly security, and yours truly, even... Alrighty, we'll be taking the... Let's leave these good people alone for now and go check out the farms. Follow me up the elevator.
You don't want to get hurt or sick around here. Dr. Lakota really doesn't care for tourists.
Bye, Sarah. It's always a good day to leave, Sarah. Speak with Juliana.
We used to get more tourists than we do these days.
Part of the colony. Without them, the original outpost would have shriveled and died. These pods are sealed
Where
and
are you?
climate controlled, the perfect environment for growing the hydroponic vegetation needed for survival in the early days of the colony. Any questions about the farm? Onward it is! But for now, it's... So, the old biolabs are just on the other side of this building, believe it or not. We'll step on through the hallway there. They're not in use anymore, but the colony has faithfully recreated them as a historical exhibit, true to the original purpose of the Titan Astro Base. Sadly, they're undergoing some light renovation. Otherwise, there'd be interactive activities for kids to learn about how they used to search for microbial life here.
Ooh, is Bill gonna get us in the secure access zone?
Pardon the dust, but I can still in. You got it. On to our next. Next, we'll be heading outside, so make sure to check those seals on your suit because it's a bit chilly out there. We're going out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step outside, by the way. The ice can be slippery if you're not careful.
It's true, they do think Titan was a planet that was just captured by Saturn.
People here live a simple life. Try not to complicate it.
Bill? Bill? Come on, Sarah, move. Bill's probably trying to get out here.
We take vandalism
Yeah, I hear him
seriously
coming.
here. Don't mess with history.
Come on, Bill. So cool. Come on, Billiam, let's go.
Anyway, where were we? Yeah.
Oh yeah, anyway, where were we?
New Homestead. As you might imagine, generating energy was a real challenge back in the day because the technology was much more crude then. But crude or not, it was that technology that sustained the old Astro base. And it might surprise you to learn that the same technology is still working today. The interesting thing about this old colony is that it's mostly powered by clean, renewable energy. You'll see one of the methods used on the horizon up ahead. That's right! New Homestead's famous wind farms! This spot was chosen for the colony in part because of its constant winds. These turbines have been integral to the colony's function since its establishment as a cheap, mostly reliable source of electricity.
Interesting.
So, let's talk about wind. You're the boss. Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. Surely you saw huge pools of the stuff on your descent into New Homestead. I like to think they add to the natural beauty of this world. Though, of course, stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous. Just like my last ex-wife's pet. She had this gorgeous, I don't know what you'd call it, creature. The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from. I don't think it was even a legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty bite, though. Wound up in the hospital and almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason
Okay,
she's
Bill.
my ex-wife. But enough about me. We were talking about methane and other resources, right? Hey, can you believe it? Back in the 20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum. They had this whole moon here basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've
True
come.
that.
New Homestead is home to one of the oldest and largest methane processing plants in the settled system. Every year, UC engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance process. That's how this place has remained operational as long as it has. I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery, liability and all, but I can still answer questions.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Fire away. Okie dokie. So, this next stop is a bit of an interesting one. I only recently made it part of the tour. Fun fact, it's also the only natural landmark on the tour. What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Emir's Horn. This cauldron used to be named after a years ago to avoid any potential litigation.
Wow.
Hills on a planet's surface. So in reality, the term you hear more often is the plural, coalesce, with an E. You probably don't hear it very often where you're from, because it was usually a term reserved for unexplored planets, back when they didn't have the technology to describe what they were seeing firsthand. Because of that, the term is much more common in the Sol system, but you may still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds. This planet's full of them, though, and they like to preserve that history here. So here it is. Excellent. So, we're gonna head back inside through the methane processing plant. Try not to touch anything on your way. We want to make sure to respect Dr. Lakota's wishes to be safer around here. Ah, that brings me to another point. You'll notice the people around here related to where their families originated from on Earth as a way to remember the past. The museum curator, Maurice Leon, has more information about that if you're interested. You can find him inside the main concourse. Loves talking about it. You'll find most of the locals here are very friendly to tourists like yourself. Tourism is a major draw to this colony these days, and I respect that. Most of them are happy to talk at length about what they do here. Their rugged lifestyle is a point of pride for a lot of these folks.
Going in. Research lab. Hi guys. Spaceship workbench.
This area we're walking through is the nerve center of the plant, where technicians keep an eye on the operation. Since methane production is such an important part of the colony's livelihood, it's important that the techs notice any issues and react to them quickly. Anyway, we're headed into the ice mines. It's a natural spring where water bubbles up from deep below, but due to the cold, it keeps freezing as it reaches the surface.
Just got a message. Looks like we got another leak in Sector 3.
That's pretty cool. So that's how they're sustained. That's how they sustain people. So it's an actual ice mine? Whoa, it's an actual ice mine. Where you at, Bill?
What else can I tell you? Sounds good. We have just one more stop before we're done with the tour, and it just happens to be my favorite. This colony is home to the longest-running establishment still in existence, the Brown Horse Tavern. The Brown Horse started as a simple mess hall for the scientists and workers when the underground was built, but it's been operated by the same family ever since. Now, what's a horse, you might say? They were a large four-legged animal on Earth, often used for transportation or manual labor. Long before space travel was even a dream for the folks of Earth, even before antique machines like automobiles were possible, horses could be found everywhere. You might have seen them in old movies or read about them somewhere. If not, I highly recommend looking into them sometime. They're beautiful animals. The tavern's original owner was infatuated with them, from what I understand, and named the place in their honor. The moniker, Brown Horse Tavern, is also a throwback to names of similar Earth restaurants hundreds of years before it was established.
Ice mining operations are unusual, but if they're run properly, they can prove to be quite lucrative.
That delicious smell is... Okay then. All right, we're headed to the last stop.
Welcome. I'm on.
Feel free to check out the museum.
Oh, well, thank you for... We've got an assortment of food and drinks. So, what can I do for you?
Salvaged from before humanity left. And Maurice...
Let me show you what we have.
Fried pickles. Love that.
Talk about the collection. The museum...
The locals pretty much stay away from chunks, so whenever they don't feel like cooking themselves and want a fresh meal, only the tourists eat that junk. He manages the chunks. I love him, but... You mean the brown horse? Well, it's only the... There's a lot of history within these walls. My however many, great-grandmother opened it when the first colony started. Back then, it was a simple mess. So long. Tell your friends about us.
It's so cold here. I guess I should have expected that.
Well, that's that! Oh, wow. I really appreciate... Enjoy the rest of...
Wow, very generous.
Take care!
Sarah, don't be rude. Bill did a very good job. He put a lot of work into that tour. Back to the ship. Just spend a whole last 30 minutes on one of Saturn's moons. It's crazy, man. I love this. Can I go on Triton? I should be able to go to Triton. Yeah? We shall see.
Cycled air just isn't the same as the real thing.
Sarah, you're such a downer. Can go to Triton. Very cool. Pluto. Very accurate. Looks like they got the heart too. Okay, well, obviously I want to go to Pluto. So, I have a little tattooed right there.
This is Faraday's budget tours. I have a request from people on the ship to talk with an actual ship. Well, surprise you returned a hail. Can I ask the first question? I'm still talking with the captain. Cindy, are you sure you're up for this? captain is really... If you can afford your very own ship, you must... Oh, dear lord. Articulate and wealthy. Last question.
Space is a lawless mess. If you... So you want more?
Thank you, Captain. I got a question. You know, special... You don't have to answer that.
Yes.
But you didn't answer. That's all. Everyone, you have the patience of a saint. Here's some credits for giving them. This is your captain speaking. Remember, we'll be astronaut. Dear lord.
Oh my god. I love that so much. Ugh. God, I love authentic shit like that. Alright. Yeah, I did not mean to do that. I want to land on Pluto. That's what I want to do. Sure, I see. There are mining operations on Pluto.
Can't even imagine to tell you the number of inhospitable worlds like these that I've visited.
Sarah. Shut up. Solar radiation. Sarah is such a downer. Can I get somebody happier? Like Pavarti from the Outer Worlds. I love Pavarti. She was so sweet. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this excursion to Titan. I will see you on the next video. Please like and subscribe, and see you then. Bye.